Ladies and gentlemen, good evening and welcome to the Media Theater for the Performing Arts for tonight's one-time stage performance of Muzzled, starring Michael Smerconish. The evening is brought to us...
Thank you, Big Ron O'Brien. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for being here. I don't want to start the night on a downer, but sitting backstage at the Media Theater, I just received a telephone call from the folks who run thesmokinggun.com. It seems that, they've been investigating some of the research that went into Muzzled. And there'll be a posting about Muzzled at the Smoking Gun shortly, and I was out of the race. There's a woman named Nadine Thompson. She's 5'8" tall, and she weighs 330 pounds, and there's nothing wrong with that, except that when she tried to board a Southwest Airlines flight in Boston recently, she couldn't fit into one seat. And she was told, ma'am, you're going to have to buy a second seat if you'd like to fly on Southwest, and of course, it became a racial incident. You're castigating me because of my race and not necessarily because of my weight, or so stories that I tell. I'm thrilled that you're here tonight, and I'm ready now to introduce to all of you some of the wonderful people that I've written about in Muzzled.
Book club, you know that we sort of are cursed when it comes to our sound quality sometime. Muzzled picks up where Flying Blind left off. And I tell you, among friends and with a live audience, there's a side of the Flying Blind saga that I've been anxious to tell, and finally tonight I get to tell it. I never set out to write that book. If you read Flying Blind or heard me describe it on the radio, you know that I had this unique, well, actually not so unique flying experience. Our then 8-year-old son was singled out for secondary screening on a flight from the Atlantic City airport to Fort Myers. And I thought to myself, what a waste of resources this is. And that's what caused me to begin to investigate the process that surrounds secondary screening of the computer operation. And they all agreed, yeah, this would be a head turner. This would be great as the cover of my publication. Joe, show them what that cover looks like. There it is, ladies and gentlemen. Andrew Susser, not yet 40 years old, earning $4 million a year, fired from Bank of America for that photograph. And I thought that it was significant, and he did.
Yes.
Tell the story.
He was offered the opportunity to talk about himself.
In our area, Wachovia. So, I was reading recently about Wachovia extending an apology, and I found it interesting. They were explaining that they felt the need to apologize for the conduct of their founders because one of their founders was a slave trader, and his name was Rob Morris. And I found this, or you can choose not to, but you enabled me to tell the full story. And one of the aspects that I was unaware of, and I think most people are, is that the tape, and we've got some of it and we'll roll it in a moment, this was not the first year. You had done this for a number of years.
4 years.
And never any controversy in the first 3.
No. I mean, we did some stripper scenes and that type of thing, but this one definitely pushed the envelope further than the other.
And the reason home that you and I are well familiar with, it's
madness.
It's crazy. It's a form of cancer, I say in the book, that has now
exactly like cancer.
Metastasized into the war on terror. Can I tell you one quick story?
You can tell me 8 quick stories.
All right, up at Harvard, couple of aspiring...
Wait a second. This is going to be good. Harvard.
A couple of aspiring entrepreneurs, some guys who are some undergraduate econ majors, they decide, you know what, everybody's got a filthy room. What we should do is we should start a room cleaning business.
Right.
One of the guys has an idea. He says, we'll call it Door Made, D-O-R, capital. It's going on here at home, and now finally the chapter how has it impacted the war on terror? How do you translate, Trophy Mania and Red Ink and the tale of Rob Morris and Patrick Cubbage and all that we've just heard into the war on terror? Well, let me now head into that realm.